Well, Ed, how's that roping going?
Well, Susie, it could be better.
Well, it's looking pretty good.
You know what? I'm excited about it. I've learned a lot from our episodes, and we've got a nice roping episode coming up. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, I was thinking the other day I really want to do some trail riding, but we don't have trails around us, so I was thinking about riding in the pasture.
And you know what? Coming up on this episode, we got not only trail riding and pasture working, but we got roping. We got a lot of good trainers coming up with this next show.
I can't even wait.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ed Adams.
And I'm Susie DeRushi.
And welcome to Better Horses.
First up in this episode, we have Dan James of Double Dan Horsemanship. He will be talking on working horses in the pasture.
And Susie, we're glad to have them back, the 310 Ranch Life. John Darnell is going to give us the basics of ranch roping. And if you ever had a problem with a horse that has a head shy issue, this is going to be the segment for you. Kerry Kuhn from Medicine Lodge, Kansas, is going to teach us tricks and tips of how to calm down a head shy horse. So this is going to be an exciting episode, and I guarantee you're going to enjoy it. So sit back and relax, and it's the only horse show on your local broadcast television station.
And now airing every Monday on RFD TV. So check out Better Horses. It's the best horse show around.
We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Donna. This is Ringo. We're with CSI Saddle Pads. I'd like to invite you to ride our new revolutionary Flex Plate saddle pad. We offer a 30-day money-back, ride it, get it dirty guarantee. And the best part of the pad is it's 100% American-made with American parts by American hands.
I've been using CSI pads for 16 years, and there's a reason behind that. It is a total performance system for me. I just can't say enough about them.
For more information, go to csipads.com.
You know, if you've got cows or horses, you know how important salt is. Salt builds strong bones, good teeth. It's important for keeping a regular heartbeat. Salt's important for your blood, for producing milk. Salt's good for cows, for horses. It's even good for man. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 13, Christ said, "You are the salt of the earth." We're to be pure, and we're to share the good news with all the men. So the next time you're out providing salt for your cows or your horses, keep in mind, as Christians, we're the salt of the earth. I'm Ron McDaniel for Better Horses.
G'day, Dan James here from Double Dan Horsemanship, and I'm excited to be with you guys here today on Better Horses TV. Today, I'm out in the pasture with a 4-year-old Lusitana sport horse, Applejack, and I'm excited to share with you a few tips, hints and things that you can work on with your horse, whether out in the pasture or along for a trail ride. Okay guys, so one of the things that you can utilize as you're riding along, you can see that we've got this road, a little bit of a track here in front of us. And what I like to be able to do as I'm walking along is that I'll think about just practicing on some leg yield as I'm going. And I'll just think about leg yielding from one track to the other. It kind of gives me a little bit of accuracy that I have to align for. So as I'm doing this, if I want to leg yield here to the left, I've got a little bit of a feel there in my right rein, my right leg on, and then I'm keeping his head and neck straight, using my reins there as I'm riding along here. So just thinking about that basic leg yield from one track to the other. Alright, so as I'm riding along thinking about this basic leg yield, again just kind of recapping, I've opened up my left hand here a little bit, helping my horse come here to the left, and then I'm going to go back to the right. And again, I'm just really focused on keeping his body straight as I'm moving from left to right, right to left, just leg yielding along this track here. And again, it just provides a great opportunity for your accuracy, thinking, can I keep my horse straight, and at the same time can I move him from one track to the other. Okay guys, if you're going along and you found that pretty good, or you know your horse is beyond that, doing the same thing at the trot. So I'm just going to move this horse from left to right and in some basic lateral movements here, from one track to the other, back and forth. And again, I find this a great way to use some of that unspent energy as you're going down the trail. Okay, the next one, guys, I'm going to show you. I'm going to look at taking my horse's shoulders and placing them on the track in front of me, and my horse's hind end on the other track. And while I'm doing this, I'm looking at another form of a lateral movement or a side pass, and it just kind of gives me that opportunity to kind of work and school on my horse as I'm going out here again along this trail. And what I'll do is I'll do it for a few steps, and then I might just go ahead and take those shoulders back and walk it straight ahead on the one track again. Then I'm going to take those shoulders back, shift them back to that track. There he's kind of dropped that hip towards it, and now again I've got those horses front feet on the one track and I have his hind end on the other track. Okay, in this next little exercise here I'm going to show you where we're going to utilize a pile of timber here, and I'm just going to go ahead and try it or lope around it. What I'm looking for it to happen is that the horses don't typically naturally want to go through or step on something like this or bump into it. Could be a pile of rocks, in this case it's this bit of timber. And what we're doing is just saying to them, hey, keep that shoulder out away from it. You're welcome to fall into it, but you're going to run into it. Great way on young colts and young horses to help them to start stand those shoulders up in trotting or loping around in circles. So I'll go ahead and I'll just move this guy up here to a trot and just allow him to start to move around it. And kind of my goal here is to allow the natural obstacle to help keep the horse out off that inside. I'm not going to kind of like really assist him much there, just allow him to move around it, and as he's moving around it, look at letting the obstacle kind of help stand those shoulders up as he's moving through it. Again, great way for a young horse that kind of is wanting to drop in and fall on his circles. All you have to concentrate on doing is guiding and directing him around on the circle. Okay, here I'm going to walk him down this bank, just kind of got him gathered up as I come down this, making him walk. I'm going to pause here, ask him to stop. Then I'm going to just start to slowly ask for that back up. And I'd like for him to just use himself, backing up, keeping that frame. There we go, that's looking pretty good. Just keep gathering him up as he goes back up this hill, all the way to the top. And remember, if you're on the bank, to the dam, don't end up in the drink. Okay guys, so here in front of me I've got just a good gradual rise up. It's kind of a longer slope, and this is a great way, especially if you're having trouble with your horses like at the canter. Like I'll have people say, man, that horse was going that one way at the canter, or it might be at the trot, just a weakness in general. When you can work on this stuff and you go straight up, the horse has to then equally use himself on both sides. As a rider, my job is to keep him straight. I want to keep him in frame. The more that I can make him kind of rise up and use his back in this, the better the exercise. You could start it out at a walk, so I'm just going to gather him up in frame, and you're going to feel your horse kind of start to really have to, because the easiest thing to do here for him would be to like let his head go and just like let him trot, or come flying up this hill. But at the walk here, I'm going to really make him gather himself up, keep him engaged, and walk up this hill using himself the whole time. Because we're doing it straight, it's one of the greatest ways to help strengthen that horse. So if you've got one coming out of some kind of injury and you're looking at getting him back fit and strong, utilizing a good slope like this is a great way to get that done. So as we're going to go down the hill, what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather him up and make him again stay very straight between my reins and legs. I'm going to make him again use himself, just not pitch him away and let him kind of just wander down there. Both going up and down has equal value in helping to develop your horse. Okay, so again here I'm going to keep him gathered up. I'm going to work on keeping him straight and making him really push from behind there, moving up this hill. Again, this is, to me, one of the greatest ways to help strengthen these horses through their backs and equally on both sides. Hey guys, well I sure hope that you've enjoyed coming along with the ride with me today out here on the pasture and showing how that we can utilize the pasture and the many different options that we have in bettering our horses. Take care, God bless, see you next time.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Sister, as a happy horse, is always a better performing horse, and I believe that if she's healthy from the inside out, she's going to be able to perform at her best. She definitely feels good when she is healthy, she wakes up and enjoys her day, and therefore I know she's going to be a happy horse and be able to perform when I ask her to.
Your buddy Ron once said he could install your ceiling fan. He couldn't. And that one time, Ron said another chili dog was a good idea? Yeah, it wasn't. So when Ron said you'd never afford a John Deere tractor, you knew better. Now, Ron does too. The E-Series, legendary John Deere quality, unexpected low price.
Stop by and see Heritage Tractor at one of its 9 locations for your John Deere and Featherlight trailer needs. HeritageTractor.com.
How's your production on Pasture? Are profits down? Are weight gains down? What are you going to do about it? Do something cost-effective. Do something that will make a difference. To add the first and proven leader in feed-through horn fly control to your cattle rations, ask for it by name, Alticid IGR.
I'm John Darnell with 310 Ranch Life. On this segment of Better Horses, we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite, the basics of ranch roping.
Our goal in this segment is to introduce you to some of the headshots we use while working, in the hopes that you'll be able to recognize these shots in future videos. Our objective with all these shots is to be versatile. We want to have the ability to catch the calf in as many situations as possible. Let's start with our forehand shots. All forehand shots will be swung in a counterclockwise rotation. In this video, we will talk about 4 different forehand shots: the tip over, the sidearm, the scoop loop, and the forehand turnover. The primary difference between these shots is the angle you swing and deliver your rope. The tip over is used on a calf standing on your left side or on a calf moving from right to left. The sidearm is used on a calf moving from left to right in front of you or standing facing to your right. The scoop loop is the mirroring shot to the sidearm and is used when the calf is traveling from right to left in front of you. Our last forehand head shot is the forehand turnover. This shot will turn over during the delivery, allowing you to hit your shot from multiple different angles. We use this shot when the calf is walking away, also when the calf is traveling or standing from left to right on your right hand side. Our next 2 shots are swung clockwise. These 2 different swings really enhance your ability to catch the calf at any angle. The first one is the hula hand. You swing this shot with your thumb down, and your delivery will depend on where your calf is and which way they are traveling. last shot we will show is the backhand turnover. You swing this shot with your thumb out. This shot can also be delivered from multiple angles and can really increase your ability to catch the calf from anywhere.
Hey everybody, I'm Joshua Rushing with Shoonar Horsemanship. Welcome to Better Horses. Got a couple tips for you today as we get ready. We're coming out of that winter season, and I know we spend a lot of time inside, and if you're like me, you're eager to get out. It's been a pretty tough couple weeks weather-wise in the Midwest, so I want to encourage you guys and try to let's get going, and a couple tips for that. So nothing gets me motivated like a new piece of equipment. So I like to get out there, check my tech. I start checking my latigos, things like that, making sure everything's ready to go for the season. So maybe a new pad. It's time for a new pad. I love equipment. I love tack, and nothing will get you going like a new piece. Knowledge is even more important. I'm going down next week to spend some time with some of my mentors, Fred Brashire, Darcy Lynn at Right Lead Ranch. I'm going to head down there. Nothing will get you more motivated like a good piece of knowledge to take to your new competition season. So I want to encourage you guys to, man, if you're kind of struggling and maybe you just don't know what to do to get motivated, go find that trainer or that person that'll give you that knowledge, that new piece of equipment, that new idea, check you out, kind of help get your horses legged up, warmed up, and ready to go. It'll really encourage you guys and take that to your next season, whatever you're doing, trail riding, whatever it is. We sure appreciate you guys being here with us at Better Horses Network. See you on the trail.
Hey, don't touch that dial. We got more Better Horses TV right after this message from our sponsors.
No matter what discipline of riding you do, training, showing, and everyday stress is hard on your horse's legs. Decra Veterinary Products is a leading lameness company that brought you Osphos. Osphos is a clodronate injection, an intramuscular bisphosphonate to help control the clinical signs of navicular syndrome in horses 4 years and older. Ask your veterinarian if Osphos is right for your horse. Decra Veterinary Products is a proud sponsor of The American.
In a natural, free-roaming situation, horses graze nearly constantly throughout the day and night. When feeding horses in stables, it's ideal to try to mimic this feeding behavior. Horses in stabled conditions should be fed their hay so they can pick at it continuously between feedings. Visit our website at stanleyforage.com under Nutrition, then Nutritional Resources to help transition your horse from winter to spring in the coming weeks.
When you're a barrel racer, there are so many things that can bother a horse. Just eliminating the back issues is a huge advantage. I feel like using a CSI saddle pad has given me an advantage over other girls because I know that my horse is feeling good, that saddle's not bothering him. If you're looking for a new saddle pad, invest in a CSI. It's worth the investment.
Ernie, it's so great to have you here with us today. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of Better Horses TV. So I've got a coming 3-year-old filly out here today. I want to share with your viewers 3 main points that we focus on when we're dealing with horses that are a little bit head shy. This mare, she's halter broke, and we've handled her some, but she's really bad about this right here. She's made some progress, but until we've had the time to do some filming, we haven't messed with her a lot. But I want to walk you guys through these 3 main points today that could potentially not just make things better for your horse, but make it a lot safer for you while you're doing it. The first thing I want to point out, even though I've got a halter on this horse, and I'm going to use this halter to help me out, I'm not ever going to try to make this horse feel like she can't move her head. I think that's one of the worst things you can do on a horse that's head shy, is almost like you kind of put them in a headlock and try to tell them that they can't move their head around. I mean, you can do that by actually grabbing a hold of their head and their neck with your hands, your arms. You can do that by tying them up. I don't want my horses to ever feel that way when I'm handling them around their head, especially if they're a little bit gun shy about that. So I'm going to try to be as respectful for her as I can and let her move her head around some, but I also have to remember how she might try to use her head as a weapon, which is going to bring me to my second point. Anytime you're dealing with a horse that's bad about their ears, it's not uncommon for them to try to get away from you, and when they figure out you're not going away, they tend to kind of get mad a little bit and throw their head around. Well, if you've ever been hit in the face by a horse with their head as they're just trying to get away from you and they don't want you playing with their ears, you know how bad that can hurt. So what we like to do is, since we've got our halter on, I like to grab this piece of my halter right here. I'm just going to rest my hand in there, and I'm going to kind of use that to direct her head a little bit. Now, if she absolutely says she has to move her head over there, I'm going to let her head go, and then I'm simply going to ask her to maybe follow a feel back over here to me by using this piece of my halter. But by me having my hand right here on this piece of halter on her right side of her head, it's basically, my hand is between her head and my face, okay? I'm going to ask this mare to tip her nose slightly to me. It's her right ear that she's bothered by, Ernie, and if I let her get her head way over here and I'm standing directly in front of her, if she throws her head back this direction, she's just going to have that much more power behind it if I've got her head or I let her move her head way over here. So what I like to do is ask them to bring their head a little bit in the direction that I'm standing on, okay? So I'm standing more back by her shoulder. It's going to be harder for her to throw her head over here and hit me in the face. Plus, with my hand resting right here on the halter, if the head starts to come my direction, I can kind of block it a little bit and keep it from hitting me in the nose. So I'm going to tip the nose a little bit that way, and then I can kind of feel how I can use my hand right here to kind of gauge where that head is to keep me safe from getting hit in the face. The third point that I want to point out is, if you've got a horse that's bad about their ears, don't just go straight to their ear, okay? Don't come out here from nowhere, out here in just the air around them, and go straight to the ear, okay? That mare wouldn't even let me come close to doing that, not even a couple weeks ago. What we like to do is we'll come back here, if that horse is comfortable at their withers, we'll come back here at their withers and we'll work our way up that neck. We'll work our way closer to that ear. You can see how she's a little bothered by it. See what she's trying to do with her head? Okay, so I'm just going to use my hand, kind of ask that head to come my way a little bit. I'm just working my way up to that ear. See how she's bothered there? So I'm asking the nose to come to me, and as it comes, I'm trying to give her a little bit of a release. So I'm just rubbing my hand right there a little bit. She's trying to take her head over there to the left. You see how I'm not stepping right into that. I don't want to take a chance getting hit in the face. And all I'm trying to do is show her that if she would bring her head over here and soften just a little bit, I'll take my hand away. Okay, so I can come back from her withers and work up her neck. I can even start up here on her forehead. Okay, and I'm going to work up. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pass over that ear. Just show her that I'm not going to stay there too long. In fact, this might even be my best place to start, coming this way, so I can get over that ear. She understands I'm not going to be there too long. I've still got her nose tipped to me a little bit. I'm not holding it here. I'm not keeping her from moving it. I'm just encouraging her to look for this spot to find a release. So I move over it this way a couple times. Now maybe I can come from the back and come forward. You see the change that made in that horse right there? When I tried to come from the withers first up her neck and got to her ear, it bothered her. But when I started from her forehead and went over her ear like that, it seemed to offer enough comfort that when I came from the back, the next time it didn't bother her so much. So if I can be respectful in the manner in which I approach my horses when they're head shy, I can make this so much safer for them and for me, and help these horses find a little bit more of a relaxed frame of mind while they're trying to get comfortable with what they're bothered by. So remember, you're going to tip their nose a little bit this direction. You're going to have your hand on this part of your halter so you can keep that horse from throwing his head into you. You can use this to ask the head to come back this direction. And then you're going to work your way, whether it be this way or this way to that ear, so you're not just coming from out here straight to the ear. I hope that's something that can help your viewers, Ernie. Thank you so much for again for letting us be a part of Better Horses TV. If your viewers would like to find out more about what we do, our horses that we have in training, our horses that we have for sale, we've got a great clinic lineup coming for 2021. They can find all that information at kerrykuhn.com.
Closed captioning has been brought to you by Lina Weaver
and Flat Tail Ranch.
What do you get when you bring together one of the biggest names in veterinary medicine with one of the most caring and committed teams of horse health experts in the industry? You get a vaccine portfolio known for its quality and safety, a pharmaceutical line you can rely on to help manage pain and support performance. You get the products, programs, and people of Merck Animal Health.
It's time to go with United Mosquito and Fly Control's premier fly system for fly control in your barn, providing relief for horses from the stress of fighting flies, and also makes the barn more pleasant for everyone in the barn. Easy, effective, and safe. With United Mosquito and Fly Control, we provide a full service. You as the barn owner don't have to do anything. We go everywhere and take care of everything with our friendly fast service. Call today at 913-558-3814 or email Paul at unitedmosquito.com.
How's your production on Pasture? Are profits down? Are weight gains down? What are you going to do about it? Do something cost-effective. Do something that will make a difference. To add the first and proven leader in feed-through horn fly control to your cattle rations, ask for it by name, Alticid IGR.
Hey, thank you for watching Better Horses. If you've missed any of our episodes, you can check us out at betterhorses.com where you can see all our shows.
You can also find us on Facebook or listen to any of our podcasts right from your mobile device.
And don't forget our newspaper coming out 5 times a year, also on the same website.
You're gonna love it.